Okay, so now you know what an escape room is. To create one in your own classroom, you should start off by identifying what your students need to be able to know or do by the end of the activity. I'll give you an example. This year, I did a physical escape room with my juniors about the space race. It was a lesson during our Cold War unit. So, my first steps were to identify what my students needed to know about the space race. Looking at our TEKs, my students needed to know what the key events and turning points were. They also needed to know how the space race related to the Cold War, specifically how it added to the tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union. For my escape room to be successful and teach students what they needed to know, I needed some way to measure if my students could do things like identify how Sputnik was the launch of the space race, and if they could see how this all related back to that big fight between democracy and communism. So, in our next step, I'll explain how to take all of those events or those standards and turn them into puzzles for your escape room.